The village always woke up slowly, like it enjoyed stretching under the warm morning sun. It sat right at the edge of gentle hills, where the grass moved like calm waves every time the wind passed by. It wasn't a big place, just a handful of wooden houses, a tiny bakery, a well that liked to sing whenever someone dropped a bucket inside, and a few winding paths that led to the forest. Most days in the village started the same way. Birds arguing cheerfully, roosters bragging too loudly, and smoke drifting from chimneys in soft, lazy shapes. Today felt just like that. Warm light, quiet houses, and a sleepy peace hanging in the air. One small house, the one with the thatched roof that always looked like it needed a good brushing, had a door that creaked open with a long, slow stretch. Out stepped a boy, rubbing his eyes, yawning like he hadn't slept enough even though he clearly had. He stood there for a moment, taking in the gentle morning. The grass was still wet with dew, sparkling like someone had secretly sprinkled magic dust all over it. The boy smiled a little. Nothing special was supposed to happen today. It felt like another simple village morning. But sometimes, simple mornings hide the best surprises. He walked toward the small hill beside his house. The sun was just climbing high enough to paint the hill in warm gold. The boy liked sitting there. You could see the whole village from that spot. The crooked fences, the little gardens, the people stretching their backs before starting chores. You could even see the forest far in the back, its trees standing tall and quiet like they were guarding old secrets. He sat down on the grass, picked a long blade, and just played with it between his fingers. The air was soft, the kind that makes you feel like everything's gonna be okay. And for a while, he just let himself enjoy it. But then, something unexpected floated by. A sound. Light, tiny, almost shy. The boy tilted his head. It wasn't a bird, and it wasn't the wind. It sounded like a music note. Just one, soft, gentle, floating in the air like someone had whispered it. He looked around. Nothing unusual. The trees were swaying. The chickens were arguing as usual. The old dog by the neighbor's house was sleeping with its tongue sticking out. Then the sound came again. This time the boy stood up. "Hello?" he said, feeling a little silly. But the sound didn't answer. Instead, it drifted away, toward the forest. Now, the forest wasn't scary, but it had a quiet respect to it. Kids liked playing near the edge, but going deeper was usually something they saved for brave days. Today accidentally became a brave day. The boy followed the sound down the hill, across the narrow dirt path, and into the shade of the trees. The moment he stepped inside, the air changed just a little, cooler, softer, like the forest had been waiting. The music note floated again, a little louder now. The boy followed. Sunlight peeked through the leaves, drawing small golden patterns on the ground. Birds flitted around, curious but not nervous. Even the forest seemed relaxed today. After a few minutes of walking, the boy reached a small clearing he had never seen before. At the center of it stood a short, gentle waterfall. Not the kind that roars or splashes dramatically. No, this one whispered. Its water slid down the rocks like silk, making soft, soothing sounds as it touched the pool below. And right above the water, there it was. A tiny, glowing shape. A music note. Floating. Twinkling, like a little lantern made of sound. The boy slowly stepped forward, eyes wide. The music note drifted in small circles before turning toward him slightly, as if acknowledging him. He let out a quiet laugh of disbelief. "You're real," he whispered. The note answered with a soft hum. For a moment, they just watched each other. Then, as if deciding something, the music note rose a little higher and released a gentle melody. Short, sweet, warm. It wrapped around the clearing like sunlight, and the boy felt something inside him loosen, like he had been carrying a tiny knot he didn't notice until it untied itself. Then, just as softly as it appeared, the music note floated up, drifting into the bright sky above the trees. The boy watched until it disappeared completely. He stood there for a long time, listening to the waterfall's calm whisper. The forest felt alive now, not in a loud way, but in a comforting, familiar way, like the world was saying, there's still magic, quiet magic, easy to miss magic, but it's here. When he finally walked back toward the village, the melody still hummed inside him. He didn't know what it meant or why it came, but he knew one thing. Some mornings really do carry little miracles, and you only hear them when you slow down enough to listen.